Welcome to 5 Minutes With. Today's special guest is Mrs. Janet Mahussier, longtime librarian at Cloverdale Catholic School. Welcome, Janet Mahussier, to 5 Minutes With. Thanks for joining me today.
Oh, I'm happy to be here.
Janet is our librarian for the last, a lot of years. Janet, how long has it been?
16.
16 years. I've only been at school for 11, so you started 5 years before me. And Janet, I understand you have an announcement that you want to make to the school community. Would you mind sharing that now?
I'm happy to do that, and it's a very bittersweet announcement for me because it was really a hard decision to make, but I am going to retire at the end of this school year. So yeah, it's been a long 16 years, but they've been wonderful years, and it's going to be tough not to go there in September.
That's for sure.
Hopefully.
Yeah, that's right. Well, the school will miss you, the kids will miss you, and I know you've been a really valuable member of the staff, so thank you for all your years of service to the school.
Oh, it's the best job I wouldn't even call it a job. I loved it that much.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you a few questions. Having been at the school for so long, I was just thinking about changes. What changes have you seen in a few things? So I want to start talking about books. So when it comes to kids' books, what changes have you seen in kids' books over 16 years?
Well, I'd say that one of the biggest changes is how much more colorful they are because they're competing with computers. And so they've become much more like the graphic novels, for example, just so much more to read and see, so much more color and design. So that I've noticed for sure.
Okay. And you've gone through Harry Potter, like you were there before Harry Potter and you're there at the end of Harry Potter. Do you feel like that franchise has changed children's literature?
I think it has, but I think also if you go before Harry Potter, there was the Redwall series, which was fantasy, but also, you know, a very large series that many students read. I couldn't keep it on the shelf.
Wow.
And yes, and it's still a good series, so I think people should still read it.
Yeah, that's a thing that I regret is that it feels like a new franchise comes along, like say Percy Jackson, and then everybody forgets Harry Potter. Harry Potter made everybody forget Redwall. Redwall made everybody forget whatever the thing was before. And it's a shame because all of those are quality books.
And that's always been very hard for me in the library. When you decide what books to get rid of and what to keep, because there's only so much room. And they do lose interest, but there's so many books, for example, the Redwall series, that are so good and so worthwhile to hang on to. And I try and encourage the students, just give them a try.
Yeah. I find that
goodies.
Yeah, and once they get into it, they don't care if the book is from 1960 or 1990 or 2020. It doesn't matter.
That's right. Yeah.
What about library technology? Like in my 11 years, I've noticed you make a lot of changes in the library. Maybe tell us a little bit about what changes you've seen in how libraries are done now.
Well, of course, the big thing was going from the card in the book to automated online and then the scanner. So it's good and it's been good and it's been bad because, you know, things do go wrong with computers. And it was very quick to put a card in and out and to find it in a file. So, but then on the computer, you can keep track of things so much better, where books are and inventory. So it's a bit of both.
Right. Yeah. And in our school library, you've also changed the way books are organized. So I went in there the other day to look for children's books to read for my storytime videos. And I noticed they're organized more in terms of like what you would enjoy rather than the Dewey Decimal System. Yes,
I know a lot of librarians do not want to get rid of the Dewey Decimal System, and I understand that. And it's very good still in public libraries and at higher learning levels, but for an elementary school, it doesn't really work that well. You're better off to put it in genres or in subject matter. So cats, for example, instead of saying 636 point, it's now just cats. And students can find it much easier.
So as you wind down your time here at CCS, I wanted to ask you if you have any favorite memories, anything that stands out to you in your time at CCS?
Well, I think just the fact that I was able to be with all these students in the library after through all these years, and trying my best to encourage them, and seeing how happy they were to read, and telling me books that they read at home and how excited they are about them. That's the biggest thing. And after that, it would be the school spirit and the school community and all the fun things that have gone on over the years, all the fun days and all the year-end wrap-up fun, just everything. Yeah, there's just been so much of it all, and all the staff that have come and gone, and all the good memories, and it's just been a fabulous place to be.
Yeah.
And I'll miss a lot.
We'll all miss you. I won't be at CCS anymore, and it's a kind of a reminder that people come and go, but the spirit of the school continues. And so I'm really hopeful for the future of the school, even though you and I won't be there to enjoy it.
Yes. Oh, it will. And hopefully a new school before you know it. Maybe maybe one day I'll walk by and they'll be starting to build a new one.
I hope so.
That I'd like to see.
One last thing before you go is, what are you going to do with your time now that you're retired?
Well, I've got lots of ideas. One thing, when it is safe again to travel, I've never been past Manitoba. So I would like to go on a trip into the rest of Canada, the eastern part, and get all the way to the eastern seaboard and see that. That's really one of my big things to do. And after that, I don't know, there's just lots of opportunities. So there's lots of adventures to come.
Well, you're actually quite young to be retiring, so you've got the whole world to explore, and you're healthy, so you can do almost anything you want. It's awesome.
And I think that's the reason I am retiring, while I am still young enough to enjoy things. So that's the goal.
Well, thanks for joining me today, and congratulations, Janet.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question but a